Theresa Caputo and Larry Caputo's relationship timeline began with a psychic predicting their meeting. Theresa Caputo and Larry Caputo's relationship timeline had spanned over 30 years since they met when they were teenagers. However, they were married for 28 years before they separated and finalized their divorce. Theresa Caputo became famous for her gifts of being a psychic and her ability to connect with the dead. In 2011, her Long Island medium made its debut on TLC and eventually put her family in the spotlight. Theresa Caputo and Larry Caputo went through a lot together, and her audience fell in love with their family. The viewers appreciated the entertainment and their bond, so they were shocked when the couple announced their separation. When did they meet? Theresa was 18 when she first met Larry. However, their meeting had been foretold by a psychic. She recalled that after she saw her nanny's soul for the first time, her aunt called a psychic. The psychic told her that she would meet an older man with a beard and mustache. Theresa didn't believe the psychic because she was in a relationship then and didn't like facial hair. 2 years later, she met Larry. He had a mustache and beard and was 11 years older. At the time, she worked as a part-time customer service representative while he worked for his family's oil company. She immediately fell in love with him, and they both strongly connected. Theresa also loved Larry's dress sense, and she said he was a sharp dresser, looked like a clean-cut biker who had a nice body. On the other hand, Larry said she was a cute little spark plug who lit up a room. Wedding. On September 16, 1989, Theresa and Larry married a few months after she turned 22. Her wedding was an eventful one, as there was a hurricane which did not surprise her. She already knew that it usually rained during milestone events. The period they got married was when the powerful Cape Verde tropical cyclone known as Hurricane Hugo struck. The hurricane was so destructive that it wiped out St. Thomas, one of the Virgin Islands of the Caribbean Sea, making the couple cancel their honeymoon. On October 3, 1990, Theresa and Larry welcomed their first child, Larry Caputo Jr. He's in a long-term relationship with his girlfriend, Leah Munch. The couple had their second child, Victoria Caputo, on September 27, 1994. Victoria married her longtime boyfriend, Michael Mastrandia, on May 22, 2020, and they welcomed their daughter, Michelina Rose, on February 22, 2022. Theresa and Larry renewed their vows after 22 years of marriage. When Larry spoke about the event, he said, "It's something I've been thinking about doing for a while. That would bring back some of the romance we once had." It was a special ceremony in the Bahamas with their children and aired in their Season 1 finale of her Long Island Medium series on November 6, 2011. 25th Anniversary. After their 25th anniversary, Larry and Theresa took a literal trip down memory lane and visited places that meant something to them when they started dating. During their trip, they visited the restaurant where they had their first date, went to their favorite old lunch spot, and also visited their former workplace. Larry recalled that during their 2-year dating period, they were inseparable. He said, "We worked together. We went to lunch together, and one day I was taking you out to lunch and I just said to you, 'Is it okay if I kiss you?'" Struggles in marriage. Despite being inseparable in the early days of their relationship, Theresa admitted in November 2017 that being a medium put a strain on her relationship and marriage. She revealed that she and Larry had changed, grown apart, and were no longer happy. The medium couldn't understand what was happening because they'd weathered the good and not-so-great times together. Despite the strain her work put on her, Theresa loved what she did and wouldn't change it for a thing. Larry believed most of the frustration happened because they spent less time together, leading to a lack of communication. He began to feel like he was losing his best friend. When they saw a therapist, the therapist suggested they take some time apart. Separating. Almost 3 decades of marriage later, Theresa Caputo separated from her husband. The couple decided it was the best move, as their therapist had suggested, and they released a joint statement in December 2017. They said, "After 28 years of marriage, we've decided to legally separate. We will always love each other and our 2 wonderful children. We're united in supporting each other and our family." The couple also asked their fans to respect their privacy, as Theresa had earlier said it was not easy to talk about her feelings and how her marriage was faring. Divorce. During their 3 months trial separation, Larry hoped they'd reconcile, but that didn't happen. In September 2017, he moved to Los Angeles, and by June 2018, he revealed that he was fortunate enough to have met someone special. However, he didn't give details about his relationship. He also mentioned that they were in divorce proceedings. The proceedings had started at the beginning of 2018, and he was unsure when they would finalize it. Theresa, who remained in New York, reportedly filed for divorce officially on April 16, 2018. The couple finalized their divorce on December 18, 2018.